But yeah,
Because
probably
we have bitches.
Coming soon to this theater.
It's alive. It's moving. It's coming this way.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Brian, back for another episode of the Horror Movie Club, the club where, what do? We watch horror movies, of course. We always make sure that it's a movie that's not behind a paywall. So if you haven't seen tonight's movie and you're listening to us talk about it, and it strikes you as something that you want to see, guess what? Link below in the description. You can click on that, and it will take you to an absolutely 100% free, unedited, uncensored copy of the movie with commercials. But the commercials aren't like, trust me, they're not gonna drive you crazy. It's not like every fucking 5 minutes. Or when I was a kid, how they would like edit the Godzilla movies, like they cut 15 minutes out so they could put in like start 15 minutes of commercials and shit like that. This ain't that. This is the internet age. Anyway, before I embarrass myself any further, let's bring on my boy, ya boy, Matt Burke. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. You know, like feeling a little under the weather, but you know, nothing major to complain about. It's fucking cold as a bitch out here in New York, man.
Damn, I can only imagine, man. It's pretty nice out here in California. I mean,
fuck you.
Just the weather, but there's a lot of pollen out here. A lot of like allergic stuff. So. But
man. Some people really bum, man. Some people really bum with the allergies. I always feel for them.
100%.
Yeah. I'm just like, well, better you than me.
Right.
What up, Pops? How you doing, man?
I'm sick as fuck, man. That's what.
Oh,
one of the grandkids brought home a head cold. But I'm here. I watched the movie. You know, what else you gonna do when you're sick? You lay around watching fucking TV, right?
I'm telling you, man. Kids are little fucking germ factories.
Yeah, they're little germ fucking.
And I love
walking petri dishes.
Yeah. You guys know I love Isaac, man. He's my dude. But I fucking and the other junior, Gabe, of course, you know, he's like always must be close to grandpa. I was like, no, stay away. You know what? You do not want it. You know. So,
oh man, the only thing that's worse than kids, date a nurse, right? She will bring every fucking funky thing.
Oh yeah.
Back to you.
That makes sense.
My son's wife is a nurse.
Oh, well, like one of my best friends, my boy Eric, his fiance is a nurse. Guess what? He's sick all the time. It's like one thing after another. God damn, man.
4 grandkids and a nurse in the house.
Gotcha.
I'm a target.
I'm cool. You know.
I'm a target for germs, bro. I'm a target.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
Anyway, I did want to say my condolences to everybody who's been demonetized over the last couple weeks. We will relaunch. We will give you another chance. Roku is not dead. We will give you another chance, but jump on next time.
Yes.
We won't demonetize anybody's playlist ever.
Yeah. We're not going to name names, but there was like a major naysayer that just got his channel.
There's been a few.
A friend of ours, a friend of the show.
There's been a few that, you know, like didn't support or back what we were trying to do, and now it's happening to them, and it's like we tried to warn them.
Well, look, the way I see it, it's kind of like the way I was when I was, when Matt asked me, like, confidentially, just like, do you think like Luke Stone's on my classmates? I was like, no. I think it's
and what did I say, B? And what did I say? I said, no, the timing is perfect. Hell yes, it's going to take off.
Yes. But I did still throw my support behind it. Because I was just like, it's not going to work. It's going to fail, but we need to at least fucking try.
We got to support all those.
Try. Now it's fucking worked. Like I said, man, that's some delicious fucking crow to eat.
And see, and for me too, with the failed Roku, knowing the timing was right, and it not succeeding, and now I hope this opens some people's eyes to why we were doing this. It was for you guys. It was to protect you from exactly what just happened to you. Give you a place where that won't happen.
It's an election year, and this isn't just a thing that's going on in America. It's a global thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The global oligarchs are like, yeah, well, we're taking like your free speech rights away from you. We're going to censor the fuck out of you. And we're going into an election year, and I'm telling you that you're going to see fucking people boom, 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 disappearing. Oh, what up, Sam?
What's up, Sam?
Good to see you, man. Excited in the house.
Fucking blood hunts looking fucking fire, man, with the color.
Oh my God. His daughter is doing a really good job coloring.
Yeah, I've been trying to do some retweeting to get the word out, man. It's looking badass.
Man.
Hell yeah.
No, I mean, I actually wanted her to color the Six Gun Gorilla cover that Finn did. But she's like, still really young, not very confident yet. So she's just going to do Sin shit for now. But I wanted to be the guy to like give her first paying job. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how fucking cool would that be?
Right.
You mean Simon doesn't pay her?
Hey, she lives in his house. She eats his food.
I think he's paying her, bro. I think he's paying her.
Yeah. No, this Brother Sim's very proud of her, and as he should be. Wanted to take a look at this. This, folks, if you haven't seen it, this is the first still that's been released for Robert Eggers's Nosferatu. Nosferatu, of course, remade once before in 1979 by Werner Herzog. This is, a gothic horror movie. Eggers has said in interviews that he wants to make gothic horror scary again. Hello, Hammer Films, right? Because there's no reason why you can't make gothic horror fucking scary.
Right. I like the color too. I think this is actually the second image. I think they're dropping one a week. I know Blade Disgusting is really capturing the exposure of it. The first one had Johnny Depp's daughter because she's the main,
she's Nina.
Yeah, I think so. And he just had like just his hand like kind of going over her face or something like that. Like, oh
yes.
Now they have this. I had seen this image, but it didn't have this much of his face in the foreground, so it's pretty crazy. I like that they're using sepia instead of black and white. You know what I mean? And it has a different vibe as compared to Herzog's. His is just kind of color. This one's more sepia, which is kind of in line with the original and kind of his.
Yes,
so,
I mean, it takes some balls to do a Nosferatu remake after the Herzog one, because how are you going to do a better remake than that? But
I think there's room. There
is. I'm just saying that as a filmmaker, I'd be intimidated as fuck. And you know what? Maybe he was too. But then again, what artist doesn't love a challenge? And
that dude, I don't know, man. Well, I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, he's only got a few films under his belt, but he's fucking Eggers. I mean, after I seen the Northman, I was just like, damn.
The Witch.
I was blown away by that movie, and The Witch too.
Witch, fire, right?
Yeah. I still got to check out The Lighthouse too. I haven't seen that yet. I heard it's pretty funny.
It's okay.
Okay.
You mainly watch that to watch the interaction between those two actors, because they just both go balls out.
Just into insanity, right?
Yeah, and it's just fun to watch. So it's certainly not a bad film by any stretch, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's entertaining. His films are
yeah.
entertaining. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. And then The Northman was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
fucking love that
You
movie.
didn't listen to me. I was telling them you got to see that while it's still in the theaters.
Yeah, I was there by myself.
Screen.
Bucket of popcorn, bucket of soda. I fucking loved it. I'm so glad I went and watched it. Still haven't seen a movie like a Viking movie as good as that yet.
That's the best. That's the best Viking movie ever made.
Yeah, it is.
Easily.
Yeah.
At least I think so. Yeah, since confirming, she's getting paid. Yeah.
Yep. And she's learning a trade, dude. She's learning a trade too at the same time.
Yes.
You know, that's payment. That's payment and more. You know.
Now somebody needs to get with her about contract negotiations so she can get more out of that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? I think once the Blood Hunt colored version comes out, I think, and it gets like a good reception, I think that'll bolster her confidence, and then she can start taking paying work. And I have to say too that, you know me, I'm a black and white stan. I'm almost always like that would be better in black and white.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
So I'm starting more now. I mean, than I was before. That's the the fucking eerie
like the Warren magazines.
The Warren magazines, EC.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like a colorist. So many times the colorist will wash out line work.
Yeah, they got to do
if you're lucky enough to see the black and white after somebody colored it, and you see all these lines that were gone.
Yeah,
when the colorist was done.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's why I don't like inks. I don't like with Preston stuff. No inks. He does his own inking with pencil because I want to see every single little piece, every single brush stroke, every single line, because that I just get off on that. If it's too neat, right?
Yeah,
it loses some of its character.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of stuff like that, like perspective grids and things like that. If you have too much perspective, even like you're throwing that in there, it's got to be lined up. But if it's too much, it's too perfect. Sometimes it kind of fucking throws off the emotion and the feel of the actual panel sometimes. So
Eric Powell's Hillbilly.
Yeah, great book. Love that book.
Right, the way he colors that, I think he uses watercolors.
He does a lot.
Like mixed media, right?
Mixed media, yeah.
And,
he had a poll. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that guy is doing a great job of preserving his line work.
Yeah, and then he does pencil, like just get in there, do some pencil, and then he does black colored pencil to like do the outline, a lot of the outlining and whatnot. And he because I follow him, like that was the one book I always collected. Even when I stopped reading comics, I would still go in once every 8 months and pick up all the Goon books, and I would have all of them. I never stopped collecting Goon until kind of recently. It's been a hit or miss just because, but because he wasn't doing as much. But I got to go back and pick him up. But anyways, I follow him on Instagram, and he was saying like, "Hey guys, do you want like highly detailed fucking art on the next book, or do you want like with color and everything, like full, or you want me to just do like black and white, quick, like nice, and more story?" And I'm like, fuck it, dude, do the black and white, more story. I mean, you can't go wrong either way. But yeah, I do actually want more stories out of you because you're fucking hilarious, and I want more content.
Yes, great storyteller.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. As long as he doesn't get too fucking woke in a lot of his shit, he's great. But that's just I
haven't seen anything, so.
Oh yeah, he's the most political fucking guy I've ever seen, like on Instagram with all of his tweets and shit. He goes fucking hard, dog, hard as fuck, fucking lefty. But he didn't used to be that way like fucking 20 years ago. I think I know why he changed, but even before that actually. But he had some funny shit though, dude. Like as long as it doesn't, I don't know, as long as he kind of stays in the fucking past, in the fucking bootlegging era, in the Depression. And fucking do your political commentary in that era, it's fucking perfect, bro. I mean, that's where your story's at anyway. You don't need to fucking jump in now. He does political cartoons, like I used to read them in the newspapers back in the day, like in Gangs of New York, like Boss Hogg sitting there in a fucking cage with all of his shit, fucking Tammany Hall, He does shit like that now, like modern ones. On go scroll through his Instagram. I mean, it's funny as fuck, but it's just like I don't give a fuck about your politics. I want to hear about the Goon and Hillbilly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No shit. Yeah. I mean, I've got an Instagram account. I just don't really use it because I don't know. It's just like,
oh, it's cool. It's cool to scroll through like once a day. I go hit it up on my break. Like, ooh, these are fucking. See some dope ass drawings. You know, check out Eric Powell's shit. Like, there's so many cool artists on there. Like, wow, just like inspiring. Like fucking inspires me to, you know. So I'll go in there and check it out like once a day, see what's up. I'll probably drop something in there like once a week. You know, of my own shit, just to, you know, be alive or whatnot. But there's a lot of AI art on there, dude. A lot of that shit just kind of like in my feed, just like shitting it to me. But you know what else they're doing on there on Instagram? Yeah. They're promoting graphic novels and comic book campaigns, and online stores of straight up comics. Like, they're coming to me, and they offer you or people like us, you know, to shill your shit for a certain amount of money, kind of like, you know, Facebook does that shit too. But I'm getting fucking ads from people's books and things like that, so it fucking works. There's more people on Instagram that are buying, you know, comics and things like that than there are on Facebook right now. You know, Facebook's kind of dead, dude. You know what I mean? It doesn't really. It's kind of dead in the water. It's more.
Oh, dude,
there's only one group on Facebook that's growing all the time, and that's the fucking madness, dude. The only group that's growing and has fucking interaction every day. The only one.
I mean, I guess if you have if you got a pretty big fan base and you can connect with some clientele, there's people on there. But I mean, for the most part,
you have like a couple $1,000s to spend just on promotion, because that used to be free.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
Now it's like they price people like us out.
Mm-hmm. I haven't checked out the Instagram pricing, but there's not a page. Some cool books they were shilling my way.
Yeah, when they did
also
that, fuck Facebook. It's
Facebook is you guys do it wrong. You don't make a page and let them try to monetize you. You don't do that. You make a group and then you invite all your friends to your group and you all promote each other. That's what the madness is.
2,000 fucking followers.
2,600 in the madness.
And then I post like something on there and it's seen by 50 people.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's seen by 50 people.
Say, hey, if you want more of your subscribers to see this shit.
Yeah, give me some cheddar bops.
That's the pages, dude. That's not in the groups. The groups don't do that. They don't.
Yeah, you got to put it in the groups. Yeah,
they don't hit the groups for money, dude. That's why you make a group on Facebook and you invite your friends and you all promote. That's what we do in the madness.
I share all my shit to like random groups. I'm in like probably 20 groups, and so I'll pick shit that kind of coincides with it. You know,
there are some posts in the madness that get tons of views, and there are some posts in the madness that get none. I don't know what makes that happen.
Yeah,
I just know that, you know, sometimes it's like a comment or a post in the madness will get all kinds of interaction, and then sometimes a post doesn't even get any. I guess that's up to the person who makes the post and how interactive they make the post. Are you asking the fans a question? Are you engaging the fans in your promotional post, or are you just popping your link in there?
Yeah.
You see, if you're engaging your fans, if you're asking your questions, hey, man, what can we do to make this experience better for you to back my book? If you're asking questions and you're getting engagement, that's different.
They're interacting. Yeah.
And again, that's what a group is for, not a page.
Right.
You know?
I gotta get with all this bullshit. Sim says the short animated Goon was really sick.
Clancy Brown and Paul Giamatti.
Right?
There was a quick trailer they made with David Fincher, and it was going to be voiced by Clancy Brown does the Goon and Paul Giamatti does Frankie. Fucking dope. And that's like 12 years old now or something like that. But I was gonna say, man, this guy's fucking blowing up, man. He's playing fucking Nosferatu and he's playing fucking Eric Draven in 1 year. So those are like Nosferatu and The Crow are two big movies I'm like really excited for.
Yes.
The Crow shouldn't be remade, but it fucking is. So if it's getting made, I want to fucking see it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Nobody said not to make a remake of The Crow.
So
I know
a lot of
some
people
are just like religiously devoted to
yeah,
that
and it's
movie,
precious to
not
them.
because
You
of
know?
the Brandon Lee thing.
Yeah, you know, it is kind of precious to me too. But there's a lot of shit that they could put in there. You know, he's a fucking mechanic.
It's a mythology. You can fucking.
He lives in the mechanic. It's dirty Detroit. It's not as gothic. There's a skull cowboy. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot different.
It's going to be in this one.
Maybe he is. I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Like, if I was gonna make it, I'd make it dirty Detroit. It wouldn't be as gothic, even though I prefer gothic. But if I'd want to do something different,
This is what you would do. You're saying.
Yeah, I would make it really fucking street. Like, you know what I mean? There would be no chapels or none of that shit unless he lives in the suburbs too.
Nothing stylized.
Not too much. I'd try to
like
make it exactly like the book as much as possible. Probably like 90% the book and 10% me. And then I'd make him a mechanic. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be a fucking rock and roll dude. You know, the things that Proyash changed was better. And it was good in that movie. You know, those are fucking dope changes. You know, but if you're gonna do it like the book. Just do it like the book. You know what I mean?
I love the original. I
Me too.
love the sequel, the first sequel, City of Angels. I love that movie.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that one too. I know he's a mechanic in there too, but he's not Draven. You know, and it's not Detroit. It's L.A. Detroit's got all those fucking it's just the streets are different. LA's a lot different. They really nailed the feel of LA. They really nailed LA in that one.
It's a fantasy
it feels
version
like LA
of
at
LA.
night.
It's not LA.
Yeah.
It's the City of Angels. And the Detroit that's in the first one, it's not the real Detroit. It's the Detroit of that world, of that story.
Yeah, and all the flashbacks of him like on the train, like looking at that horse that's riding alongside of him, and it changes into different colors. Like you could put that in the movie too. The way that they're killed, they're killed,
dude.
Yeah, they're killed on the road. They're not killed in a penthouse. You know what I mean? So I would just go balls out, like fucking do all that shit in there, like fucking Robert Rodriguez did with Sin City, where he just fucking nailed it down, like the comic. So that's the only way to do it.
No,
what up, Doc?
Yo, so
Preston, how are you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good. Which movie is this again?
This one that we're looking at now? This is the Nosferatu remake, bro.
Yeah.
Is it really?
This is the first image from the Robert Eggers remake of Nosferatu. Funny thing about this too that I noticed.
Oh wait, so this isn't the movie of the week?
No.
Okay.
No,
I was like, wow, this looks really good. I was like,
we're just doing the week in horror right now.
Yeah. We're just doing the week in horror because we got to talk about this, and then there's another movie trailer.
This looks really good, actually.
It does.
Holy shit.
And that motherfucker is also casted as Lex Luthor too in the background.
So. No way. Really?
Yeah. He's Lex Luthor.
He's the new Idris Elba. He's gonna be in like everything.
Unfortunately, they never.
That's another guy. It's in every movie.
That dude's pretty big, dude. He came into my work like fucking 3 or 4 years ago before the pandemic and bought some product. And I was like, damn, that's that motherfucker, Jack the Beanstalk, fucking beast. You know what I mean? He's big.
I heard
he's young too. I thought he was older. He's a big ass motherfucker. Tall.
They're not bringing back that other dude that played Superman.
No, they got this dude Corn Sweat. He looks like his little brother though. To be honest,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
They just don't want Henry.
Right? No, they don't. And they said that fucking who's Snyder? It's Zack Snyder. That's directing a new Superman film. Is that right?
It's James Gunn.
James Gunn. That's right.
Yeah.
They said that James Gunn's like undoing everything Zack Snyder did with the DC.
It's gonna be the Gunverse.
And they said it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how much better it's gonna be.
No. That's the thing. I know a lot of people. They're angry about Marvel. They're angry about Disney. They're angry about DC. I'm just at the point where I just don't give a fuck.
I'm not.
I have zero interest in anything.
No, don't get me wrong. I honestly don't give a fuck. It's just that like Justice League was, the uncut version was good.
Dude, I had a big shitting grin on my face.
But here's the thing, like with all these like corporate characters, you have to expect that it's all going to go to shit, because there's no creators that care about these things. It's all money grab.
Dude, the ending, tickling your ass with a feather, where you see fucking Apocalypse and fucking
or Darkseid.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's fucking Granny Goodness. Like, did you ever think you would see that character in a live-action movie? So I was just thinking, he's headed in the direction of doing some fucking Jack Kirby shit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just
so many
he's Yeah, he was a huge fan of Jack Kirby.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that's the problem. But they also had one of my favorite narrators, like readers of audiobooks that did the voice for Darkseid. It was God, what's his name again? It was
he's good.
Ray
I like
Porter.
Darkseid in there. I like his design too. The design was pretty fucking metal.
Oh,
like
Ray Porter's fucking amazing.
The toy looked dope, dude.
Actor. But no, he did. He looked badass.
The movie design of him was different than the books, but he looked fucking dope. Like he looked.
The uncut version of Justice League.
I like that shit.
The uncut version of Justice League was fucking amazing. Like I didn't care it was 3 or 4 hours. I was just like,
I liked it.
This is great.
The only thing I didn't like about both Justice Leagues was fucking Batman was kind of weak in there. He didn't fight like he did in Batman versus Superman.
I'm not a huge Batman fan. I think he's overrated, to be quite honest.
I love
Batman.
Fuck all y'all. I love me some Batfleck.
Oh, me too.
It's the shit.
I didn't care that he killed people either, to be quite honest.
No, I don't give a fuck either. I don't care either.
But then I watched the extended version and I realized, oh, this is a fallen version of
Yeah, fallen for sure.
You see, that's the thing is that when they cut that movie up to make it suit like their material needs, they left a lot of things unexplained, like why Batman kills, when Superman came back. Aquaman, you know what I'm saying? Martian Manhunter. Like there was a bunch of shit that was just left.
They did the same shit with Batman vs Superman. They had a extended cut.
Exactly, like Cyborg. I was like, in the original version where it was all cut up, I was like, God, Cyborg's a shitty character. And then in the uncut version, I was like, that explains it. I was like, Cyborg is fucking awesome. It was just you didn't get the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Yep. And
it's like these videos.
It was almost that movie is. I would say that the extended version of Justice League is like it has a cyborg origin film inside.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the whole thing, and it's almost like you see these videos online. It's like rage videos where they don't show you the whole video; they just clip it up to where it just pisses you off.
Yeah,
that's what Justice League was to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the cut version.
Watchable.
Yeah,
I want to go see.
I don't know if it was watchable.
I want to go see.
So many holes in it.
I was like, it was I'm
gonna go watch
because I wasn't
Aquaman.
expecting anything either. But then the fucking the extended version came out, and I think it could lose at least a half an hour of all that fucking slow mo, but it was fucking awesome.
The only thing I hated about both versions, like the cut and the uncut, was the Flash. Cannot stand him.
Yeah, I hate that motherfucker too. Yeah, I can't stand him.
But he's not around enough
I didn't like Batman in there either.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck, they fucking Robert Downey Jr. this motherfucker up. Like, I was like, damn, dude, he's way too funny. There's no more fighting. Where's my warehouse scene? He should have been fucking up Parademons. I mean, he was blasting those motherfuckers in the Snyder cut, but it's like, dude, I want to see him annihilating fucking people like he was. I was just disappointed in that, and because I'm a Batman stan. He's my favorite character.
I know,
so.
That scene that's in Batman v Superman, that is the best Batman fight scene of all time. It's not even close.
Oh, and I want to point out Steppenwolf in the original version was terrible.
I gotta go.
Steppenwolf in the uncut version.
All right, Pops.
Was the
see you
fucking
later, brother.
boss. You know what I'm saying? Take it easy.
Oh no, yeah, I totally agree with you there.
Night and day. And there's so much of that. Like that's the thing about like. So what I liked about the Snyder cut was put Batman aside. They have all that fucking dope ass Kirby DC shit that you're never ever gonna fucking get again.
Yeah.
Like fucking dark, dope looking shit. Visual feast.
The Furies.
So
Big Barda. I was looking forward to because that's the thing you see Granny Goodness, and then you think of all the characters that she's connected to, and that whole universe of the new gods, the fourth world. We're gonna get a fourth world.
Well, from what I understand, they did have some chick that was supposed to direct the New Gods movie, but it was she was not a comics fan. She was going to deconstruct the whole thing, and I was like, really, dude, we're going to do this again?
Fuck out of here!
I'm saying we're going to do this. Y'all never learned your lesson the last time you tried this stupid shit and it fucking failed.
I'm excited for Nosferatu. I'm excited for Terrifier 3. I'm excited for The Crow. Yes. I'm excited for fucking Hellboy, the reboot. Hopefully that shit's fucking dope.
I've never seen the Crow trailer, but
it's not out yet.
I did try to.
Right,
Both of them.
but it's with but Bill Skarsgård has been cast. I don't know if they've started filming yet. And then of course Bill Skarsgård is in Nosferatu as Count Orlok.
Yeah, he's playing both of them.
Well, here's the thing. Like with Terrifier, like I actually took you guys as advice, and I went and watched Terrifier, and I was like, "Whoa, this is fucking brutal, dude. It's good, right?
It's wicked."
Terrifier 2, not so much. Like we turned it off because I was like, I don't know.
It's brutal, huh?
No, I just couldn't get into it. I was like, because all right. So let me make sure I'm talking about the right movie. Terrifier 2 is where they go trick or treating. The babysitter, they find a VHS tape inside their candy bag, right?
No. That's All Hallows Eve. That's All Hallows Eve. That's the first appearance of Art the Clown, but it's not even the same actor.
Because that's what I was looking at. I was like,
I turned that off.
Look like the same clown from Terrifier 1.
Terrifier 2, dude. Yeah. Terrifier 2 is it takes everything that the first Terrifier was and cranks it up to fucking 11.
That that explains a lot.
envy you
because I was like, this is terrible.
That movie was like boring as fuck. I had to turn it off. It was a snooze fest.
We did too. We turned it off because my wife's like, she's like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen before in my life. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was boring as fuck. But you remember how like Terminator 2 was like dope and different than Terminator? Like Terminator 1's like a techno fucking slasher cyberpunk movie, and then Terminator 2 is this big fucking action fest. You know, that's how Terrifier 2 is kind of like they bring in some new shit. I'm not gonna say what, but they bring it. They switch up the genre a little bit. So
like it almost felt like
I think you're gonna like it a lot.
Well, when
they give him a side pick that's really creepy.
When we're watching All Hallows Eve, you see what threw me is that they have Art the Clown on the front.
They have him in there, and he don't look as good either, like because the actor isn't as good, you know.
Well, it looks like the same actor from Terrifier. You know what I'm saying? On All Hallows Eve, like on the cover, not in the movie. In the movie, it doesn't look like the same guy at all. Except in the beginning of the VHS tape when they have the intro and he does this and he's in the background. That looks like I think they cut it up and like inserted him in there.
Put it in there. A couple angles too. I know what you mean. On the cover, he's like that.
Yeah,
he's like angled up like that with his eyes open. He looks like him a little bit. Yeah,
but
no, it's a little misleading. Yeah,
it almost felt like he was going with for a Hellraiser type of feel with all.
That's what it felt like. It felt like a lot of It kind of reminded me of this movie a little bit. You know what I mean? That we're talking about tonight, where you got a couple of different monstrosities going on at once.
I knew what he was reaching for, and I was rooting for him, dude. I really was.
Yeah, no, I was too, man. I was too.
It just wasn't gonna happen.
No, I did the same exact thing. But Terrifier 2, check it out.
Watch that.
Is that still on Tubi? Like Terrifier 2?
For sure.
It should be. It pops in and out. And
no,
Hellboy,
it's not here.
It's not.
No, I don't see it.
Then you're done. Yeah. Then you fucked up, you stupid fuck.
I think they took it down.
When you had the chance, now you're gonna have to actually pay to see that shit.
Well, I ain't paying to see anything, but I'm just saying, like, I just put Damien Leone in there, and Frankenstein comes up, both Frankenstein, which is the same goddamn movie. I don't know why they have two different
covers
posts for it. Yeah, it's crazy. And then it's got All Hallows Eve and it's got Terrifier, and that's
they do that all the time, right? They're always changing the boxes. I don't know.
Right for clicks, just so people will click and play like the first 5 minutes of it.
If it's a different version of the movie, of course, what really pisses me off is when the art is the box art is a painting, right? Yeah. Old school, when they actually cared about making like cool movie posters.
Yeah.
Instead of this Photoshop shit that you see now. And then you're like,
tell them, Brian. Tell them where they can get those cool movie posters too. Tell them.
But they try to trick me into thinking that it's like some trash from like the 70s. I'm like, you dirty motherfuckers.
Are you guys gonna go watch Aquaman 2?
No, I ain't watching.
No.
I have no. I mean, Aquaman 1 was okay, but I'm just not interested in any of that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Totally apathetic.
I'm just not. I've just lost the will to go watch any of it.
I think it's like, for me, it's like the last fucking big, because I really liked the first one. There was like 6 fucking physical fight scenes in that movie with a lot of people hated it, but in the monsters and the trench and the big fucking underwater kaiju, and they were just so much dope shit in that movie.
No, I like that about it. I thought that was cool.
And this one's a buddy brother comedy. That's what it is. It's a buddy brother comedy. That's what it is. It's not like the first one, and it is the last one. They're not going to make another one. So
is it?
It's
Thank
a popcorn movie. It's a popcorn movie. Like fucking, you know what I mean? It's gonna be.
You know what they're doing?
Fun.
What's his brother?
Marvel?
Who's the brother they're
Is
putting in there?
Orm from the first movie, the same guy.
Wasn't he a villain in the comic?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that doesn't make any. I don't know.
Because I guess Black Manta is the main. Black Manta is the main villain, and
I
so
love me some Black Manta, man.
he is the main villain in there. So he's coming back and getting his revenge.
Fucking love
And
that
so
character.
Orm and Arthur have to get together and fight. And I think Arthur's like family. His dad gets murdered in the new one, and I'm gonna try really hard to go watch it in the theater and eat some popcorn. It looks like a good popcorn flick, and I like Juan when he does. I like Aquaman. He needs to do fucking Batman. He'd be my first choice to direct a Batman movie. Fuck your guns, fuck your Snyders. Give me fucking.
After Malignant. Yeah.
Motherfucking Malignant. He even said I want to do a Batman movie one day, but they won't let me.
Dumbasses.
Dumbass motherfuckers.
You dumb motherfuckers. Shadowhawk, what's up? Terrifier 3 will be good. Done over, it will be. You know what? I actually have full faith.
Yeah.
I have full faith that that's going to deliver because the second one really kind of almost over-delivered.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, he's like one of the new guys. You know, there's always I'm like, where's the Romero? Where is the Cronenberg? Because I grew up in that era where you had those guys, right? Cronenberg, visionaries. Don Coscarelli, fucking Larry Cohen, John Carpenter, right? There were just George Romero. There were like those dudes, and he's don't in my have 4 now right now. So you hope
he's in the top 4. I got it with Panos, Cosmatos, a Zoller from Red Cross or Bone Tomahawk. Also Eggers that we're talking about,
Eggers,
the Northman and
for sure.
And then him,
Leone. Balls out horror movie, man. Balls
those
out.
4 guys are like, I'll be watching their movies going forward, just by their name alone.
Sure.
You know, like
I'm
gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna believe this, dude. You're probably not gonna believe this, Brian, but Cabin in the Woods, I've seen like parts of this movie like over it's probably been out like over 20 years now. So I've seen parts of this movie, but never past like the first like kill. And always something happens.
So this is your first time watching this?
Yeah, and it's so fucking annoying, dude. Like every time, like I would fall asleep or something would happen or someone would do something, and like I'm like, fuck, I want to watch that movie because I love the 2 main actors in there. I always forget the dude from Revenge of the Nerds 2, and Richard Jenkins. He's great, and like they just fucking it's so off. It's so Mike Judgian, and like damn Whedon, dude, you fucking motherfucker, man. Like
for sure.
Yeah, dude. And I thought he directed it, but he just produced it and wrote it, I guess, right?
It's was written and directed by why do I blank? Drew Goddard.
Drew Goddard, yeah.
Right? But with the assistance of Joss Whedon.
Okay.
I actually almost didn't watch this movie when it first came out because it had Joss Whedon. I was like, because that he was involved. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back, Preston. This bitchin'.
We're all back.
Nice.
Doc called me up. He wanted me to go help him. We're making new intros for a couple of our shows, so
got to do that sometimes,
Yeah, all right. Duty call. I had to go jump out.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get into Cabin in the Woods, folks. Absolutely promise. But there's another thing that we got to look at.
Yeah.
This happens every week. You guys know that, right?
What was that?
This has been happening every week. We're spending more time on everything else than we have actual. Go.
This is Godzilla -1.
This is Godzilla -1.
Oh,
so it's a reboot of the franchise. And when and where it's set is really fucking clever. And the reason it's called -1 is because it takes place in post-war Japan, right? Which is, whole cities flattened by fucking nuclear bombs. And just an absolutely mentally, physically, economically, spiritually devastating event for the Japanese people. And so evidently this takes place as they're reconstructing, And then Godzilla comes up and just like, and just fucking fucks
like
their
that's
shit
a
up.
nice city you got there.
Well, this is
fucking Hiroshima.
Oh man,
this is also a continuation of Godzilla versus Kong.
No, this is Toho. That's the thing.
No, I know it
It's
is,
not
but Kong's
real
going to appear in
Godzilla.
here. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
And Kong's going to be in here, and they're also going to have
Toho Kong.
Kong and Godzilla are supposed to be going against like this offshoot of Kong's people is an orangutan that rules the what is it called, Brian? The under
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I call it Pellucidar because that's basically what it is. It's a world that Edgar Rice Burroughs created. It's just like
exactly.
It's world.
Is it the Toho universe or the Legendary universe?
It's Toho, but it's supposed to flow within
Not Toho, it's Legendary, dude.
Huh.
No, what I'm saying is like this version, like this movie is supposed to like merge it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
not this one.
that's what they
This
said.
is
I mean,
totally
that's,
independent. It's just Toho, dude.
I love Toho, by the way. Like Toho.
I know they have the Monarch one with Kurt Russell and his son. There's that one that's on Apple, I think, right? And that
what is that?
Yeah,
is that?
I've been enjoying. It's okay.
That's the one.
It's a series.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's funny because like Wyatt Russell does look like
it does.
Like his father.
Get him to play Snake. I should do the same shit.
That's what I was thinking. Put a fucking eye patch on that motherfucker. So the Japanese are, basically rebuilding their world, and they've gotten to a point where, things are looking up. And then, of course, who has to come in? The big guy to fuck everything up. Godzilla is like a villain in some movies. He's a hero in others.
Well, they were talking about this movie, and they said like he's not really supposed to be a villain in this movie. Like
You're thinking of another movie.
Yeah.
No,
I'm telling you, but Godzilla -1 because the orangutan dude is the villain, and they also have a different.
Dude,
they have another version of
mixed up,
Godzilla
bro.
that's going to appear in this movie. I'm telling you, look, dude. I'm telling you, dude. There's going to be like 3 or 4 different monsters in this movie.
Sick. Even more badassery.
Preston's wrong, by the way, people. Just
I'm not.
so you-
Absolutely.
We'll see. We'll see. You
Prove
guys should
that
like
shit
money
right
on that.
now.
Yeah, you should buy
Look
it.
at that, man.
Bet.
Fucking
Pick up the bus and he throws it back down.
Take a bite at a crime.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be a villain.
No, I
Because
said
in the
not
original
really
Godzilla,
supposed to be a movie. I'm telling you, there's going to be a couple of them in here.
in the original
that one
Godzilla,
just tried
he
to
was
kill
a
a whole
monster.
bunch of humans, so he's not a good guy. I'm just saying.
I mean, my favorite are the Toho movies from the Heisei era, which is the 90s, right? Those are easily, I think, the best Godzilla movies because
Yeah, me too,
they,
actually.
right? Because they stuck to the formula, right? With the using puppets and
Yeah.
miniatures.
And the suits.
Yeah, the suits, which are puppets, basically. They're like Big Bird puppets, right? It's a form of puppetry. It's just the puppeteer uses his whole body rather than just like moving his hands around. And then, of course,
Actually, somebody did a
animatronics,
video on it too, and they said it's confirmed there's going to be 2 Godzillas in -1.
Really? Not Space Godzilla, I don't think.
No, it's not Space Godzilla. It's another Godzilla from the underworld. I'm telling you, dude.
Oh. So he's just, well, I mean, that's him obviously whipping his tail. And from what I've heard, people who've seen this movie actually say that it's very emotional. That it really, like, you feel bad for these people because, of course, they had their worlds destroyed and then they're getting their world back, and then this motherfucker comes in and just fucking wipes all that progress away. Oh, dude. Dude's fucking got Godzilla's on their ass. Dude just fucking unloading with a fucking machine gun. You know that fucking, he's just
They're
fucking
dropping
literally
depth
eating those
charges
bullets.
to blow up on the surface. That's neat.
Yeah, it's just like with the bomb and everything. It's just like, y'all don't know who you're fucking with yet. Now, the special effects in this look fantastic. Interesting factoid. The legendary movies, those cost like hundreds of millions of dollars to make. The budget on this, $15 million.
Crazy, huh?
They are using more digital effects with the guy in the people inside, the actors inside the costume though.
I
like the guys.
I like
in the costume, to be quite honest.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a traditionalist.
Me too. I always think that the way to go is the Guillermo del Toro route, which is that you use the puppets, and the animatronics, but then you use the CGI for like details, right?
Yeah.
The combining the two really, like in Hellboy, the Golden Army, worked absolutely fucking fantastic. But check this out. This is just fucking madness right here. Check out my boy Spines. Boom, 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 boom.
Nice killer.
That's pretty dope.
Nice.
I like that. He didn't need to pop his shit like that. That's pretty dope.
Oh, it's so
I do
cool.
like that too when he goes and
he's just
just popping him up like that. It's pretty dope.
He's getting ready to throw out some frost breath now. Frost breath, yo.
No, it's radioactive fire, bro. And that's what he's about to rain down on the ass.
Some radiation.
Who decided radiation was blue? Ice already had light blue. Ice already had light blue. That was already sewn up. That was, I'm just saying. Come on.
Yeah, look, you know what? This trailer gave me a boner. I'm not gonna lie. I saw this and I was just like full wood. Like, hell yeah, I am down for this. What do you guys think?
Oh, for sure, dude. I watch any of the Godzilla.
No, I'm
movies.
totally down. I'm a Godzilla fucking.
I still gotta watch the fucking Godzilla King of the Monsters all the way through. I thought that was kind of fun with the other monsters, Like I like his rogues gallery too. They're pretty cool.
That's not Rodan. That's basically like Destroy All.
The thing I like about Toho.
Yeah.
The thing I like about Toho, rather than the American Godzilla, is that they show way more monsters, and the fight scenes are crazy epic.
Oh, they're awesome.
This is what I got to say about it, Brian.
Yes. I'm afraid of this shit.
I also say too that like your Godzilla looks a little grimier too, a little meaner,
Oh, dude.
In the face,
Well, yeah, and the eyes. Evidently, the eyes in this. This is just what I've heard. You can't really tell from this trailer. The eyes are just full of malice.
Damn.
Right? Like one of the things that they did at the end of the Heisei era that I thought was really cool was they decided to make Godzilla heal again, so they turned his eyes white.
Yeah.
Just pure white, and that was just a fucking mean, scary looking guy.
I love that. That movie was fucking
I like
amazing.
White Eyes.
Yeah.
White Eyes are fucking scary, dude.
I think.
You're talking about the one where... Yeah, that's the one where Ghidorah was actually a hero in that one or something like that. Like, yeah. That one was pretty good. That was weird seeing Ghidorah in that role, though.
Yeah, so this looks really cool.
Looks fun. I'd love to see this in the theater. Big bucket of popcorn, big bucket of soda. I don't know if it's going to be in the theaters, though.
Release.
It might. I could see it doing that, I mean, fucking at least 2 weeks, for fuck's sakes,
Dude, and just the name value alone.
Yeah, it has a really cool, like, catchy, like, ominous title. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, it's interesting.
Yeah, evidently,
-1. What the fuck is that?
Because it's just like, one step forward, 2 steps back.
Right.
He's just like that force.
They always have weird names for the fucking Toho movies too, like -1, Shin.
Yeah, I mean, they need to reboot that universe for a while now.
It's hard, man.
No, I mean, here's the thing: the Japanese film industry is virtually non-existent. They stopped making movies.
Yeah, but they always made money off of Godzilla. Why'd they shelve it for so goddamn long? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, the '90s Godzilla with Puff Daddy and Matthew Broderick. Like,
dude, they had so many good Godzillas in the '90s.
I love that movie as a kid.
You had Mecha. Mecha King Ghidorah in one of them. It was crazy.
Oh my dude,
the
that
Godzilla
is
source.
the moment. Yes, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, where this chick, this cute Japanese chick, comes back from the future with a cyborg King Ghidorah, because Godzilla destroyed one of the heads. So one of the heads of the neck and everything is like cybernetic.
Oh shit!
Right, it shoots lasers out of its eyes and shit. And I just remember when that thing appears, I was like, "All right, this is like a 4-star movie.
Right?
This is gonna be dope. This is gonna be great." And they never fail. They never disappoint with the fucking with the fights. The fights are always amazing.
That's you know what it is that you expect it to be corny. You know what I'm saying? You don't expect the greatest acting out of that, but you do expect the greatest monster fights.
Spectacle. It's like going to medieval times.
Yeah.
Like going to medieval times and seeing some shit get fucked up, you know, and some sets get destroyed, some models get smashed up. Yeah, it's a genre, right? Kaiju corn, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are a lot of people that consider like the legendary movies, that consider those to be kaiju movies. You know, I don't know. I guess they are, if you're talking about kaiju as like a genre.
It's like a subgenre, like the American kaiju, I guess. That's what you could call it.
Well, like, what's anime? Anime just means animation. What's manga? Comic books. That's just literally, that's just what manga means. Comic book.
Right.
But then,
but I think it takes on a different meaning. You know,
it does.
It's got to have that like somewhat of a.
That's what I'm saying.
When you think manga, you automatically think like
Japanese,
Right. Same thing with kaiju. That's me with kaiju.
Japanese, yeah. Me
so
too.
like a further millennium.
I've always seen kaiju as giant monsters.
True that. That's another thing.
I mean,
you know, like I don't know. I mean,
well, it's still kaiju, but it's not kaiju, right? It's the same way you can have like American anime, but it's not.
Yeah.
Right. It's just
it's American kaiju,
but I never considered King Kong as a kaiju.
I didn't either.
No, I mean,
I never considered King Kong as a kaiju. You know what I'm saying?
He's only 50 feet tall on the.
I always thought it was King Kong.
Yeah, he's just King Kong. He's just giant.
Was Mighty Joe Young a kaiju at that point, or you know?
Someone's doing a Paul Bunyan Kaiju Hunter
I don't know.
comic.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that's kind of hard to accept. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is Paul Bunyan a kaiju?
That's what I'm saying. They're doing a
no, but baby,
doing a comic.
Is.
They're doing a comic of that. Paul Bunyan Kaiju Hunter. I heard about that.
No way. That's a genius idea.
No, someone's doing it. I was like, damn, that's brilliant. It's fucking dope.
That's genius. When did I think of that?
It's pretty dope. I mean, I'd have him riding old blue with the axe, just chopping off fucking kaiju heads. Big old war of kaijus, just stomping.
I would do the same thing with Gulliver. Like
Gulliver's Travels is it kaiju? I mean, you could, right?
Well, no, I mean, but Gulliver doesn't change size. It's just the places he goes are different size.
They're tiny. Hey, did you guys see the Jack Black version of that?
But
this is fucking pretty awesome, dude.
Does he come from a version where they're way bigger than us?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, the Lilliputians, and then he goes to the land of the giants.
It was pretty funny.
And then he also, in the book, he goes to a land of sentient horses that are like riding humans.
What the fuck?
And they've never done that in the movies because it's visually too fucking silly.
That's pretty funny. Like, how did the humans look? Did they have like horse bodies with human heads, or?
You'd have to ask Swift, because you know the Gulliver's Travels. It was written as satire. Right? It wasn't written intended to be like an adventure story.
Like serious and shit. Yeah.
No. We're talking about Roderick Swift, the guy that wrote A Modest Proposal, where like during the Irish potato famine, he wrote an article saying, "What should we do with all these Irish orphans? We should eat them."
Oh wow.
Like one Irish orphan could feed a fucking whole family.
And what's wrong with that?
Oh, man.
Well, he was Irish, and he was.
Is that where green eggs and ham come from?
That's one of the classic fucking bitch slaps. Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you that's where green eggs and ham come from.
Right.
And it's been imitated many, many times. Sim says, any of you remember Fire Breather? Is that a movie or is that a monster?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've never heard of
So
that.
sim down to you.
Fire.
By the way,
brother.
nice to have English players in the house.
None of us do.
Hmm.
At least not under that name.
Now, one of the things I always try to do is, since we're like a comic book and art related community, is I always try to look up cool alternative posters, fan art, that kind of shit.
I like that one.
This one's really good, I think.
Yep.
You'll never
The
get
other one gives too much away. You really want to. I mean, I don't know though.
Preserve the mystery.
It's all about
Right.
unveiling through the whole movie. Is just a slight unveiling until you get the big fucking burger at the end. You know, with everything on it. I like that one. That one's
This
cool.
one's really good.
I would go with that one.
Right, and these, of course, are all the archetypes.
Got the
There's
art,
the
the
whore,
runes.
there's the jock, right? The athlete. There's
Yeah.
the virgin, aka the final girl. The fool,
Party boy.
Party boy.
the scholar.
Party boy.
Yeah.
And what? It's just okay. Because I mean, there's no way we can talk about this movie without giving away the secrets, and it does give away its secret.
Pretty early.
Very, very early in the film.
Oh,
And
yeah.
in fact, pretty
I'm
much
just
started.
going to say the
Yeah.
extendo bong was classic.
Yeah, it was.
Trivia.
Was that CGI or what? Was that
Sweet.
real?
No. This is true. I'm not making this up. They spent $5,000 to actually make that thing
I
work.
bet. Because that shit looked like fucking CGI. It closed
It
and
was
opened so smooth.
No, that shit was
Yep.
real.
He
They
was
paid
legit.
$5,000
Boom,
for
it
somebody to make that fucking
He
thing.
was smoking out of it, and then boom, he shrunk it down
Yeah,
to one of
that
these.
shit was
Man,
gangster.
it was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. He was the best character in the movie, man.
/bomb.
He was the fucking Ash of that universe. And also the cabin is the fucking Raimi cabin too. That's like Whedon's Raimi cabin, and that was Ash. That was the fucking Whedon Ash
Oh,
in
for
that movie.
sure.
100%.
Is that the one where they had a version
Fucking
of
Ash.
Pinhead in there?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Bunch of saw blades going in different directions of his skull.
Right.
Yeah,
And instead of
Yeah, it was
the
cool.
Yeah. I was like,
lament
this is fucking dope.
configuration isn't a box; it's round. Right.
Oh,
to
yeah,
avoid any copyright issues.
Infringements, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I know what you're doing, bro. And I think he had a little homie with him in the back, like a little Cenobite, you know.
This is kind of a cool one.
Yeah.
This is meh. This is like the hot young cast poster.
Yeah.
This is okay.
It's okay. Kind of Greek. That
Yes.
one's cool, but it's just like, I don't know.
I like that one because the stoner's surrounded by all of them.
That
He's
one's
like-
badass.
I like the monsters in there.
And he's holding
And
the
the stoner's
joint.
good.
He's holding the joint right
Yeah.
there too.
He's definitely the
Thank
main
you.
guy, you know. At the end.
Hey, the stoner
The
was
chick
the
looks
best
like a
part of the
parasite.
movie. The
Yeah,
stoner
her
was
face, little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the werewolf in here too, man. That was like a
Oh
full,
yeah, you're
costume.
thinking like a lamprey.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the mermaid. The guy
She's
gets
the
fucking. Sorry. The
She's
dude
a
talking about
character
the mermaid, the guy
from
from
the merman, right? Which would be the creature from the Black Lagoon.
yeah,
I love when he's like munched on somebody and fucking he has like this thing in his back, like a flume, I think it's called.
that's the mermaid. He was talking about the mermaid in the beginning
Merman.
of the movie. He was like, "Man, when the fuck are we?" He's like, "I really would hope the mermaid
You
would
never
come."
get to see that thing, man. Like if
Yeah,
you've seen
and
that thing, it's terrifying.
And then at the end of the movie, he's like, "Oh fuck, really?" Because he knew he was talking about a mermaid through the whole movie or through that scene, and the mermaid's what killed him. You know.
He
I thought that was
he
pretty
gets his he bites it and it richly
Fucking blood
deserves,
squirt out his blowhole.
Not what he wanted, just not the way he wanted it. So what's interesting about the opening credits is that it opens with these ancient depictions of human sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
Egypt, Tenochtitlan, and the Aztecs, and satanic blood sacrifice and all that stuff. Because what this movie is about is these kids that are being offered up as human sacrifices to please these gods, and they have to do things in a particular way, which basically is your average horror movie. And so in a way, this movie you can look at you can look at the Friday the 13th movies, you can look at the Evil Dead movies, and think that this world could still exist beneath it.
Right.
It's just you're not seeing. In other words, this is kind of like the true story, right? Like this is what's really going on. And what I love is just how it opens up
Office Space,
the most banal conversation, right? It's just another day at the job for these guys. And these are the guys. What was that?
He's like, I'm trying to install these drawers. She wants me to put these fucking drawers in. I mean, I don't know. Are you gonna come over, man, and check out my power tools tonight on Sunday? It's like, I don't know, man. I might.
Talk about the web. Yeah, they just have like the most banal conversation, but then also you find out that this is going on all across the world. Right.
This is just like the hub in LA.
Stockholm and South. Can't trust the Swedes, and so it's down to Japan and us, and they're like, Japan like never fails, right? So we've got like a really good backup. Like they failed once.
Why did it take them so long to make a part 2?
Record, and they fucked up once.
What's up, Preston? They made a part 2?
Didn't you say they have a Cabin in the Woods part 2 to this? Yeah. Like a second movie?
That'd be cool. It's a pretty cool franchise. If I was Hemsworth, I would come back.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It reminds me of Cube.
Limitless.
The Cube movies. Yeah.
It's like Limitless. Just straight up fucking fun, dude. You could have with this shit. You know what I mean? Just a big sandbox, literally, of horror you could play in. You know,
and that sucks. I thought they made a part 2 to the movie.
Yeah. I can even see Hemsworth come back, dude. You know, all thored up. You know, fucking. Yeah. If I don't know, or the stoner guy too. He was pretty cool.
I forgot Chris Hemsworth was in that fucking movie too. Like,
yeah, he's great.
He gets fucked up in this movie, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Like all the way.
Oh, yeah.
He
fights it hard.
I don't think
he's done, son. Yeah.
And that's heroic as fuck, too.
Yeah, he was. And he was smart, too. That's what I liked about it. He wasn't a jock. Like, even in the beginning of the movie, he's a scholar, and he's talking about physics or whatnot, and fucking, you should read this book. Yeah.
There's the bong. There's the coffee mug / bong, which actually works as both. Like I said, it's a $5,000 prop. They actually made that. They wanted that thing so it actually was real.
I wonder who got to keep the coffee cup bong.
He did. You know he got to keep it. Look at him. He's a regular user.
We're gonna need 5 extra props of the coffee bong. I'm gonna have to take one home for prototype.
Could have just walked off the set with it, just so I can. It's coffee cup. What?
That was perfect. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man.
That like gets you right into the movie. Like if you're a stoner, like, all right, I'm watching this now.
And then when he popped it back out and used it as a weapon, it was
But you're seeing the familiar archetypes. You're seeing the familiar archetypes from the slasher movies, right? Once again,
you don't want to go on that
the virgin, the scholar, the athlete, the fool, and then of course they run into this guy who's known as the Harbinger.
The Charles Heston. Yeah, you don't want to go up that road.
He's the crazy, creepy old man that tells you don't go up there. Yeah. You go up there, you're gonna fucking die.
And he told him that.
And that's part of the ritual, right? That the victims have to be active participants in their own deaths.
Demise.
Right. So they make a decision to go up there. Even after he's just kind of like, he's got that good. I mean, that's a great Harbinger look, right? Another stock character. And then there's this great moment where they drive into a tunnel and now they're in the simulation, right? Where you see like a hawk flying through the air and it crashes into this wall and sends up this spark of electricity where you can see that this is actually a wall. that's made to look like the side of the mountain. And then of course they come out the other side. So it's like real world, simulation. And the cabin, of course, I mean, it's the cabin out of fucking
Evil Dead. Yeah. Minus the.
Okay,
the
I need to cut in for a second.
Please.
It wasn't Godzilla -1 I was thinking of. Apparently, it was Godzilla X that they're going to have King Kong and Godzilla go against. I could have swore. God, I was hoping it'd be Toho to make that movie.
Yeah, I heard some about that. Like they're going to make a sequel to
and
Godzilla
there's going to be
versus
another
Kong.
Godzilla. Like there's going to be two Godzillas and basically two Kongs, and they're both going to be evil. One of them's not going to be a Kong; it's going to be an orangutan. Yeah,
Look,
I'm down.
I'm down. I haven't been a big fan of the Legendary movies.
Yeah, that sucks.
But the last one, Godzilla versus Kong,
I love that shit.
No, that was good.
That was so fun.
My favorite part is after he beat Kong, he snarls on his face, and he's like, "Nah, bitch."
Yeah, and Kong's not having it either. It remains defiant.
Well, Kong had a heart attack. They had to bring Kong back to life because Kong was scared.
Yeah.
You know, because Godzilla whooped his little bitch ass.
But it's weird because like Kong's fucking race was fighting those motherfuckers in the Hollow Earth. That's why they had his fucking scale down there. You know.
Were they fighting Godzillas? Or were they fighting?
Yeah, they had to
They
have
were.
been. They had to have been because they had the Godzilla
There's
fight
a weapon for fighting.
axe. They had the Godzilla axe.
Yeah, that's
mace or
true.
whatever,
That's
you
true.
know?
Absolutely.
So like that's just
Right,
fucking.
like, how are you
That's
gonna
metal,
penetrate
as
their
fuck,
hide?
dude. Yeah,
that
like,
was
right,
metal.
like,
And it got charged up by Godzilla's breath.
Yeah, everyone's like, "That's cheesy." I'm like, "No, motherfucker, that's metal."
Nah,
This
that's
is
not
fucking
cheesy
metal
at
as
all.
fuck.
Like, especially the throne, like the throne.
Yeah, the
and
throne.
The fucking,
Metal as
Dude.
fuck.
Oh,
How could you
but then I
not
started
like this?
thinking, I was like, didn't they have like carvings of Kongs like in the throne room or something like that?
Yeah,
I'm trying
they
to
did.
remember.
Yeah,
Who
they did,
carved
dude.
those fucking Kongs?
The Kongs
Was
did,
it
probably.
Kongs that carved the
Yeah,
Kongs?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I would
Because
think
dude.
so,
that's the thing
The
about
whole
Kong.
fucking
People
race.
think Kong is a giant gorilla.
Yeah.
Kong is not a giant gorilla.
Yeah,
It's a
it's something
different
else.
animal. That's pretty much looks like a gorilla. Because gorillas don't grow to fucking 50 feet tall.
And then
Yeah.
that one too, he doesn't have the gorilla. Because I was watching the Peter Jackson version and the old one, you know, and then the new one. His fucking.
I kind of like that one. I thought it was cool. You know?
Oh, I love
I
it.
was
I love the Peter
disappointed
Jackson
by
one
it.
too.
Yeah.
But the
I was
new
really
one,
disappointed by
he
that
has
one.
more of a human body. The
Yeah.
Jackson is a straight up gorilla body, like 6 Gun Gorilla. This motherfucker in Kong versus Godzilla, he has a humanoid fucking body, like upper torso, and he's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Looks
I kind of prefer the gorilla body though. You know what I'm saying?
I like the
the
both.
gorilla body.
I
like
do.
them
too.
both. I like them
Oh,
both. to be
nobody
honest.
beats the original. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The original
Yeah.
Kong, because that thing was alive.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it could be like scary one moment, cute and cuddly the next.
Creepy, dude.
I don't know what your definition of
eyes.
cute and cuddly
Heroic.
is. But
Well, dude, he was covered in rabbit fur. You know, there's something cute about the original Kong, right? He's
Like a little toy.
you know, the stop.
Little
come on, come give Daddy a hug.
Yeah, man. I've got that's one of my favorite all-time films for sure. Is the
I
original.
like
This
the
is a
original
model.
Kong, too. I
This is
like
a model
it.
right here, guys. I bet you that house right there is a model. Look at the
I bet,
foliage.
yeah.
Look at the foliage in the foreground.
Yup.
That's
You
a
think
model.
they
It's a
put
fourth
it
perspective.
on a trail and just went ahead and did
Yep.
like one of
Or
those
this could
weird
be in the
shots with the
studio.
camera?
Yeah.
This could all
be
be
a bigger. I think it's a model. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
think
fucking
it's a
cool.
model too. Yeah.
I think it's even cooler when it's a model too. For some reason,
Me
it's just
too.
it's more fun, more
Me too.
what's the word? I forget. Charming.
Yes. Yeah, and then this guy goes into this. The scholar, he goes into this one room and sees this horrific painting, which I just assumed is cursed. I'm thinking, oh, that's got to be the cursed painting,
Yeah.
right? And he removes it, and he's like watching his blind date on the other side, taking her shirt off, right? And he's just like, oh,
This is happening.
Am I going to do the right thing? Am I going to do the right thing? Ah, fuck. Right? And then he bangs on the wall. He's like, yo, hold up. And shows her the mirror. Because you'll notice something about the men in this. They're all really good guys.
Yeah, they are.
Which
They're
in
all
real
like-
you can tell it's fantasy at that point. Like,
No, I mean, you can tell this was made in 2012 is what I'm saying. You can tell this wasn't made in the last 10 years is what I'm saying.
20 years for sure. Because you think the Marvel movies are 20 years old now or something like that almost.
Jeez, dude, that fucking sucks.
Well, it's just crazy too how we're talking like they have to keep putting gas and vapors and drugging them and putting shit in their hair dye. You know what I mean? And like taking Hemsworth and turning him into the dumb jock. And I love that. Side note, this is like one of the coolest horror movies of all time. Like to tell somebody, hey, check this fucking movie out. Just go watch it. Like it's not just a horror movie. It's like a little more. I
heard it was based on files from the CIA. Like, I don't.
No shit.
You know what this is? This is in the subgenre of the. Well, first of all, it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Second, it's a meta horror movie, which is to say, it's a horror movie about horror movies.
Wait,
the same way that Scream was.
You said this was a comic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it was a comic series. Like
no. That this is a horror / comedy. Like Abbott and Costello.
Oh, comedy! No, I thought you said comic because I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to go on the hunt for this shit."
Oh yeah,
that'd be
like dope ass comic.
Because to me, this is up there with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein and Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know it's definitely up there with fucking
it's
Book of the Dead. And shit like that. Like,
it's pretty original, dude. Like fuck, the actors are solid.
It's genius.
And
it's genius is what it is.
It is pretty genius. And it's pretty gangster that they didn't make a sequel to it because this movie should have had like 10 sequels to it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm surprised they didn't make like 20 fucking cheap ass horrible sequels to it.
But you know what they should do? They should make a sequel, except instead of showing like Hellraiser, they should like show like an evil Captain America or some shit like.
Oh, like superheroes?
Yeah, like the superhero movies that should have been made. Like the good ones.
Oh, the part where the chick's making out with the wolf too.
Oh yeah, it was gross, dude. So like, furball.
And one of the things I think that's cool in this too is that the stoner is the one and only person that's actually kind of realizing something about the situation that just isn't right.
Like, you know why? You know why? You know why, Brian?
Because he's stoned and the weed that he's smoking is interfering with the pheromones and the other shit that dosing these people with.
So that shit's smoking, man.
The weed saves him.
The weed saves him. Yeah.
The weed giveth and the weed taketh away.
There's a metaphor there for you naysayers.
Yeah. Yep. Like you can't really understand.
You brought that up.
You're a little stoned.
For a second.
You got it, brother?
I thought the blood guy was going to come out from Blade, and when I saw that shit dripping down, I was like, oh shit.
Right.
I thought Blade was going to pop up too. Like, help these motherfuckers. Save these motherfuckers from these monsters.
So every victim, when they die, one of the office workers throws a switch, and their blood pours into a wall sculpture. Right? Like, what would you call this?
That's right. Because it was some like spell they had wasn't it something like that? Like it was.
Yes, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to appease the gods, and the gods want blood, but they also want cruelty and suffering. Right?
They want a show, basically.
They want to be entertained.
They want to be entertained.
Like us.
We want. The subtext of this is that we're the gods. Little Nemo in Slumberland. That's
We're being joined by my buddy, Mr. Doc Blalock.
What's up, Doc Blalock?
Hi.
Doc.
I'm here accidentally. I hit the wrong stimulator.
What is up?
Doc was working in the workstation. He's working in the workstation.
Barge in here.
I do apologize, but
No, you're always welcome.
Can I hang out and watch people get killed?
Yes.
Oh, for sure, man.
All
We're talking Cabin in the Woods.
Doc, you're not much of a horror movie fan, are you?
Horror, yes. Slasher, no.
Okay. Because
I'm
isn't
right on
a slasher movie. It's a movie about slasher movies.
Okay.
Cabin in the Woods it's not really a slasher movie. Not really.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's another doc. We're a paradox.
I'm not a big slasher fan either. Like, you know,
Me
like
neither.
sci-fi involved in my horror, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and
Blood
this
for
is
entertainment just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't feel to me that much.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are some slasher movies from the 80s. My brother Chris, much love to you, man, if you're listening. He got me, like, he's somebody that's really into the slasher movies, has seen them all, right? So he knows that subgenre like the back of his hand, which is great because then he could just cherry pick the movies for me to watch, right? Because it's like, okay, there's 25, 30 of these motherfuckers. You want to watch this one, this one, this one, this one, right? And so some of them are great. I was never a Friday the 13th fan. I really like Friday the 13th Part 2 and Part 4. I think that both of those are actually really good horror films. House on Sorority Row, Sleepaway Camp.
I like me some slashers.
Classic.
I like me some slashers, as long as they're cool characters, like the cool character design, and they got a cool backstory and things like that.
Yeah, but look,
I don't know.
anything can be good if it's well done, right?
Yeah.
I like that horror movie Time Bandits. That was
I've heard
the
of that.
greatest horror movie.
I want to watch that. Was it Terry Gilliam?
Terry
or something?
Gilliam, man.
Yeah, I wanna
It was
see that.
actually pretty good. It had a bunch
I
of
need to see
midgets
that,
running
man.
around like fucking.
He's a cheat.
Yeah, that Spaceballs was a pretty good slasher.
Oh, Spaceballs was awesome.
Pretty good,
yeah.
pretty good slasher movie. No, we actually talked about
Face
this
Dads.
on another
There's
stream.
only one laugh in that entire movie, in my opinion. Only one laugh.
Oh,
Only the desert.
dude, something
Hey,
is
found
really
shit.
wrong with you if you don't like Spaceballs.
Not into Face Dads.
Man, we ain't found shit.
2 laughs in that. When
There's
they're
no
coming to the
laughs in
desert,
here.
and may the Schwartz be with you. I thought was actually not laughing.
Your Schwartz is bigger than mine.
So
How many assholes we got on this thing?
So check this out, right? The stoner, the weed he's smoking, is actually providing him with a clear head. So he's the only person here with a clear head, right? And who, by his own admission, lives in a womb of weed, right? And so the jock or the athlete is like, look, because he's a smart guy. He's like a sociology major who just happens to be built like a jock, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, we have to stay together. And in the home office, they're freaking out. No, you need to split up, motherfuckers. So what they do is, right? This guy's losing it. He's like, oh, fuck. He's like, no, this is going wrong. And then this guy's like, watch. He's like, take it easy. It's all good. Watch the master at work.
And they were all great actors in here, too.
Oh, yeah.
And this gas
so good.
comes out of like this grate in the wall. And it sprays
right in his face.
Chris Hemsworth in the face. Right? So he's inhaling this, and suddenly he gets this dopey look in his eyes. And he's like, this isn't right. This isn't right. We should split up.
Yeah, we should split up.
The gas just because he wasn't being the dumb jock, so they're using a gas to force him to be the dumb jock.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you see, and you see little things like that throughout this entire movie. But things start going wrong in Japan. I love this, where like the schoolgirls are surrounding. This is obviously, the Kayako from Sadako from.
And that's fucking awesome, by the way.
What was that?
It's fucking awesome, by the way.
Yes, and so these cute Japanese girls, they put her spirit into a frog. And they say, the evil is defeated. Now Kiko's spirit will live in the happy frog. And they're like, yay! And the guy in the home office is just like,
this Kong
fuck you.
Oh, wait, that's like a minotaur. Dude, looks like Kong with horns.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a gorilla with horns, bro.
What's funny is this movie's a cult movie too, right? Like, because I don't remember it ever being like. I actually stumbled upon this movie. Like, it wasn't like I was looking for it, and I was like, there's nothing else to watch. Let me check it out. And I was like, holy shit, this is good. You know?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We don't often do a lot of like really mainstream movies on the stream, because I'm always thinking like, well, people know about that movie.
Yeah,
Why don't we talk about something that they haven't seen, right? Like something that they've either been sleeping on, or something that they just didn't even know existed.
Well, it's not just that. It's also like they had an all-star cast in here too. You know, what's kind of tripped out, and the effects were great. You know,
Great effects.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this one was really good.
Still hold up.
Yeah. I wasn't impressed with the ending, but I was impressed with the movie in general. You know, and it had its laughs for me. It had its, you know, come on, it had its funny stuff. I was loving
the movie.
You know.
Solid movie all around.
Yeah.
Like Sim was saying, you know, like they're trying to appease the Titans. For me, I gathered that they were like the elder gods of Lovecraft. You know what I mean?
I kind of got that feeling too. Yeah.
Of course.
That's the vibe I was vibing, you know?
But that's what's interesting, is that it's not a tentacle that comes out at the end of the movie. It's
like a Titan. Like Kronos.
Like I said, the subtext of this is that the elder gods are us. What this movie is kind of saying is that why do we need to see these movies, right? Why do we need to be told the same story over and over and over and over and over again, right? These stories where these horrible things happen to like innocent people.
Right.
Right.
I don't know, dude. You know what's funny is that because of all the Marvel movies and stuff like that, like they've so overused that formula that once I even get the hint that formula is being used, like I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that is fucking sweet.
Yes. Yeah. The Cenobite. Right. And so they go down into the guts of that complex that's responsible for all this shit. It's basically underneath the kill zone, you know, the area that's set up for them to be sacrificed. And they come face to face with a werewolf, a pretty dope looking werewolf. Yeah, there's the werewolf. Pretty cool looking. A ghost, like an evil one, maybe like a banshee or something. And then this one's the sugar plum fairy with a lamprey face, really fucking creepy.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
And then she turns around and she sees the generic Kirkland brand.
Yeah, Kirkland like a motherfucker. I'm about to say it too, man. You read my mind. This movie is Kirkland like a motherfucker. I love it, but it is fucking invincible like a motherfucker of horror.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
But there isn't nothing wrong with that. No, there isn't. There isn't. I mean, it is fun. You know, it is fun.
Right.
I feel like we're trying not to piss off Kirkland.
I know. Sorry, Kirkman. Kirkland. But also, the boys did a little bit of that too, though. So did Ennis a little bit.
Of course, it's deconstruction. You know what I'm saying? They just
you gotta, you know. I would be like personally, I'd be kind of honored if my character was kind of like in that threshold of pop culture,
for sure.
And they fucking did a little spin on it, you know, instead of putting the pins in there, they put some jigsaw blades in there, you know.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
When you see this character who is very obviously a Cenobite,
100%.
That's an indication of how iconic.
Yeah,
it is.
Like you're like he's like up there with Dracula, like, you know, to a certain degree, like iconic wise.
One of the great,
not as big, but he's fucking iconic. Yeah,
I don't know. I would say as big. It depends on which generation you're talking to.
Yeah,
you know
like our generation for sure. You know.
Yeah,
I have to say though,
sweet, dude.
Yeah.
In the Dead by Dawn DLC where you get to play Pinhead, that's a hard character to master.
Oh,
it's
really?
fun because you can make chains appear out of like nowhere and try and hook.
I think you got to be,
but it's tough.
I think you have to have a certain amount of personal evil to be able to work that character.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Oh man, I'm with Michael Myers. I'm a fucking killing machine. That one's great because you just stand and stare at people to power up, right? And so people will be like, you know, fixing one of these engines, one of these machines, and I'll see them. They'll get up and like look at me, and I'm just standing there.
What is this game you're talking
like
about? 'Cause it sounds
right?
fucking amazing.
And they don't know it, but my power gauge is filling up because I'm staring at them. Yeah.
Which game is
If
this?
you haven't played that game, it's a fucking hoot.
What is it?
Dead by Daylight.
Huh.
It's a game where like 5 players, one player plays the monster or the killer, and then there are 4 people who are survivors.
Oh,
And
that's fucking great.
and the survivors have to repair these engines in order to get out, in order to escape.
Fools. Haven't you ever seen these movies? Nobody ever gets out.
Right? No one gets out.
Oh man!
Nobody gets out.
Well, you know what's funny is when I'm playing a specific character, I'll actually play as that character, which is to say, I want people to feel like it's actually leather.
You're role playing.
Yes, because I'm also thinking like
This has to be a fucking jizz fest for Ryan to go ahead and play Leatherface.
I'm still trying to kill him, but like if one of them gets away from me, I'll hit the button so that Leatherface throws a hissy fit, goes.
Ryan completely gets into character whenever he's playing these.
Oh my god, it's fun shit.
Can you do the Leatherface jiggle where he's got the chainsaw above his head and he fucking?
Oh my god, chasing people with a chainsaw in that game is so much fucking fun.
I just bought a new
it's
chainsaw.
cheap, it's like $20, I think. What you said? What you say, Preston?
I just bought a new chainsaw.
Are those fun?
Oh, dude, they are, but they're dangerous as fuck. My dad cut his thigh open with it. He was in a tree, and he was like, he was an idiot. He's like trying to cut a tree down. Fucking a tree branch came down on him. Chainsaw went down and cut his thigh. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, dude, if you're gonna ask me about my past, there's gonna be some horrible shit that you're gonna read.
I understand, brother.
Like the time I went horseback riding, the horse flipped over.
Oh man.
Oh.
Dude, but yeah, dude. I mean, it's crazy. The worst I ever did was I had a hedge cutter, you know, and I was clipping the hedges outside of one of my houses that I bought, you know, and then I sat back and I was looking at the hedge and I had the hedge cutter on and I held the blade with my other hand. You know what I'm saying? And it was still going. Dude. And then, but I had oyster shucking gloves on, you know, so I was like, I'm going to be safe, but it was not safe at all. It went right through the glove and it cut I got pictures. Let me see.
It still got it.
Because it sliced
this
finger like in 3 pieces, you know, because the blades go like this, you know? So they had to cut out the middle piece, and the doctor was like, dude, you know, you're really lucky you got fat fingers.
Oh my god!
Because it almost went all the way through, you know.
Damn.
And that's the hand that you draw with, right?
No, it's my left hand.
Oh my god!
But when I play guitar, it's also my fret hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had to relearn how to play with that missing pad.
Hey, like Tony Iommi when he got his fucking fingertips cut off.
Absolutely. You know, people claim that he did that on purpose. I don't think he did it on
bullshit.
purpose. Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Nobody cuts their fingertips off, dude.
No,
Right.
no. And yet,
I'm doing this for the bar chords.
It's like
Guitar player.
it's like Matt cutting the tip of his tongue off because he's like, yeah, make me a better singer.
right.
No guitar player cuts his fingertips off.
No, dude. No.
Yeah, how you gonna finger? Shit.
And yet that horrific incident led to Tony Iommi's, of course, masterful.
Of course,
sound.
no. If he had his fingers insured for a really high amount of money.
Back then, I don't think they did that.
No, they sure didn't. No, they sure didn't. Well, let's take a look at the scene where the scholar and the virgin go down into the guts of the machine, because this is definitely one of my favorite parts in this film. Let's see. Yeah, here it is.
Dude, that fucking werewolf is the shit, son.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude.
Right? All the
That's what I'm
monsters
saying.
deliver.
Like, the effects are insane in this movie.
Yeah.
And the actors and everything.
line.
Why is this a cult movie? You know what I'm saying?
Top
Like,
of the
this
line.
should have been like a
Should have been more of a mainstream hit.
It should have been a masterpiece.
A masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. I'm saying, like, everybody should know about it.
Yeah.
For sure. The thing is that people have been asking me to do this movie like for some time. It does have a very dedicated cult following. And folks, if you're listening to this and we're talking about it and you've never seen Cabin in the Woods before,
you
rectify that shit now. Don't sleep on this movie. There's a link down below in the description. You can click that and it will take you to a free uncensored version of the movie. And that's why we do it. Right, there's basically this machine. It's similar to the one in Cube, right? Where
those movies,
the rooms are moving around.
Yeah.
And right here, here's the ghost or banshee or whatever this is.
I want to present to you the Rocky. Come here.
But it can't. But these things are trapped. They can't get through the glass. What are you doing? Aww.
I had a husky. I had 2 huskies. Yeah, these fucking huskies are great.
Where you going?
Huskies are the shit.
Come back over here.
They love to talk.
They can't see you over there. Come here. Yeah.
There he goes.
It's the Rocky cam, dude. I made him his own camera.
Yo, Rock, what's going on, B?
They love to run. Those fuckers love to run.
Dude, look, we got the first snow this year the other day, and the first time he went out, he was fucking gone. Man.
Shit, dude. Mine got out, and they went and killed a couple of sheep.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude, they ripped those fuckers apart.
Oh, that's
the guy was like, next time I see him, I'm gonna shoot him. I was like, I would have shot him anyway, dude. I was like, fucking, they killed my sheep, you know?
Oh man, oh my god, that must have sucked. But it's like that's the thing. Even with cats too, it's sometimes you forget that they're killers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dog's gonna be a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave him his own camera, B. I had to give him his own camera because I got sick of pulling mine down and putting it where people could see him. So I got him his own dedicated camera.
The worst thing I ever heard was they had a bunch of vegetarians that tried to make their dog into a vegetarian.
Oh my god!
And it was an Irish wolfhound. They tried to turn into a vegetarian.
No.
And the dog was getting sick, and his bones are getting brittle and shit like. And that's like, no, idiot! You have to feed. They got canines for a reason. You have to feed them meat. It's like
it's sad.
Idiots.
Like,
and Irish wolfhounds, they're impressive. They're really beautiful.
Did you know? Like there is no real Irish wolfhound. Like they went extinct a long time ago, and they.
Yeah.
Like those like the Irish wolfhounds we have now were imported from England or some shit like that, you know.
Right.
And it was an offshoot. It's crazy, dude.
Right, like the Borzoi are actually, I think Russian wolfhounds. It's just during the Cold War, they had to change their name.
They should make vegetarian lions.
Yeah, but now they can just put the DNA and clone new stuff anyway, right?
It's like, I'm gonna cut your ass. I like the saw blade by his lip too. That shit is fucking awesome.
Right? That's a really good.
Look at that. You see it right there by his lip.
Yeah.
You could tell that makeup artist cared about what they were doing.
Now this is the money shot right here. This is the shot that really brought out, the monster kid in me, because, I'll be the first one to tell you that little kid that read Famous Monsters, Filmland, and that would like go through the TV guide and look for all the horror movies that were coming up, and putting them on my calendar for when to watch them, all of that shit. I'm still that fucking guy. And this
you never grow out of that.
Never. I shall not give up childish things. I should say I shall never give up childlike things. So you discover that there's a mass of these cubes with a monster.
That fucking spider thing with the saw blades on the end of his that fucking thing's insane, dude.
It's a monster vending machine.
Yeah. Dude, that's fucking sick.
As a kid, do you know what I would have given for a fucking monster vending
There's
machine?
the twins from The Shining. Right there, you see him?
them.
Yes.
In the center. Yeah.
Yes, it's like all the classic movie monsters kind of have their equivalents.
There's
Yeah,
some
so
gorillas
that's a
in there
really
too, I think.
well shot.
There's Pennywise.
Oh, yup. Yeah, it's
That poster.
that's just a fucking great scene.
Sim pointed out 13 Ghosts too. 13 Ghosts.
That's a good one too.
Yeah,
Man.
That's a
I
good
love
one
13
too.
Ghosts.
I know the guy who wrote that.
And
gotta
that was
do that.
already
We
that
gotta
was
do
all
that one.
traditional makeup that they used in that,
Yeah.
Yes.
with the
gotta
exception
do
of
that on
some
here someday.
effects. Yeah.
He also
yeah,
wrote a
yeah, but-
Hellraiser movie. He wasn't happy with how the Hellraiser movie turned out because
Yeah.
what they did was they took the script that he wrote called Devers that had nothing to do with Hellraiser or the Cenobites. And they just took that and turned it into a Hellraiser sequel. Because all the Hellraiser sequels after 4 are pretty much that.
Well, all the Hellraiser
he was
sequels.
pissed.
Garbage.
Yeah, he was not. Yeah, he was not happy with that, but he was happy with how he said he was happy with how 13 Ghosts turned out.
Dude, 13 Ghosts was amazing. Like,
Really
that's
good.
one movie that I have to believe wasn't made by committee. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just too good, dude. I mean, I don't know. Like at the height of computer FX, like they were using traditional like FX to go ahead and put all these ghosts together.
Those monster
There was
ghosts.
one effect that they really screwed up that could have been awesome. And I remember Neil, the guy who wrote that script, he said that the moment that really disappointed him was he wrote this scene where one of the villains gets pressed between two pieces of glass.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And
Didn't
it's
he
just
get
like a
cut in
quick
half?
CGI effect, and he wanted that to be like a big fucking money shot.
Yeah.
A practical effect of blood and guts and everything. He said that was like the only thing that disappointed.
Didn't it have a part in there where a guy got cut, or was it a chick that got cut in half by a piece of glass?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. And
I haven't seen that movie.
It's been a while.
I could swear there was, and part of her fell off, and you could still see her heart beating like through the
Oh, it
glass.
sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while,
that
man.
movie was so good, dude.
Everybody loves that movie,
crazy.
man. My lady likes that movie too. She's like, "Oh, 13 Ghosts."
13
Solid.
Ghosts.
Good actors
Yeah, I
in there
mean-
too. It's got Tony Shalhoub from, what was he?
Yeah, he's
The
great.
detective.
Yep.
Matthew Illard, Shaggy. He's the voice of Shaggy in like
Also,
fucking
he was in
20
Scream.
cartoons and Scream.
Matthew Lillard. Yeah.
Yeah, that fool's gangster, dude. Like, because me and the kids, like, they have so many like Scooby Doo like movie cartoons. Like there's like 20
He's also
of
the
them.
main. He's also the main villain in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, really?
Is he really?
Yeah, he's the rabbit. Yeah.
Oh no shit.
I just remember hearing like a really badass story about him, which was that I think they were like on the set of like the second Scooby-Doo movie or something like that. And there were like these little kids that were freaking out because they're like, Shaggy! Right?
Yeah.
And he fucking like evidently the people that tell the story, like Freddie Prinze Jr. or something like that.
Mhm.
It was like he just like pops his collar and he's like, my public. I must go see my public. And he walks up to the kids in character. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
Where's Scooby?
awesome, dude.
Oh, Scooby can't be here right now.
So he wasn't one of those assholes that was like, "Please just leave me alone. I want my privacy."
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's he
He's
chose
gangster,
the
dude.
bad move. Is
Those
what
cartoons are better than the movies that he voices them. Like I mean, like
Does
the
he
one
really?
with the Courage. Yeah, they like 20 movies or more. Like
He
the,
was in Courage, the Cowardly Dog. Like,
No,
he
well they
was-
have
that-
Scooby Doo meets Courage. It's a new movie.
Oh
Cartoon
shit,
movie.
dude! I gotta see. I
fucking
was
dope,
a huge
dude.
Courage
Yeah,
fan, dude.
yeah,
Courage
dude,
is
and
the
they-
shit.
And he voices, and they're all like DC or Warner Brothers. DC makes them. And they're all on HBO Max. And so me and the kids watch them. They have Kiss meets Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
That was fun. Like they're just fun. They're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, dude, you never heard about
fun,
that?
dude. They're fun, dude. Like
That's awesome.
yeah.
And it's a
they're
modern,
well-made.
like it's a new one, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, they're all new.
Because I
Yeah,
think they had an old one too, like an old
Oh, really?
Kiss, versus.
Well, they had like
Yeah.
Scooby Doo meets Vincent Price.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, that was awesome.
that's
That
dope.
was back in the day, dude. When shit
Oh
was
yeah,
fun.
yeah. That's on there too. I've seen that. He's like, hello. Yeah. And I've seen him, like, it looked like he voiced a couple episodes,
They have to
too.
be in one of.
I'm sorry, I stepped on you. What'd you say?
Oh, no, it looked like Vincent Price actually played a couple characters in one of them as well, other than the Vincent Price episode. So he might have been like a returning guy, like for a multitude of episodes, maybe like 3
or something like that. Yeah.
With his likeness as well.
Yep.
These internal
Yeah,
security.
so this is, first of all, folks, spoiler alert. This movie has been out for
20 years or so. Yeah.
So if you ain't seen it by
the
now,
thing is, if you don't want any spoilers and you want to watch the movie, just like bow out now and click the link.
Well, so Brian, dude, I've seen parts of this movie up until the first kill, like fucking probably 10 times. But something always came up where I'd fall asleep, but I never got past the first kill of the movie. So that's where all the meat and the potatoes and the cheese get, not cheese, but all the good stuff,
So this is just one of those movies. Like every time you try to watch it, it's like something
will come up, right? To leave or turn it off or just something, It's like,
oh man. So because I just assumed that you'd already seen this.
Yeah, no. Oh, there's some out there that like I haven't seen a lot.
I know, which is so cool. I envy you. Like, there's so many movies I would just love to like discover for the first time. Now that's also why I love turning you on to shit that I think that you're gonna.
It almost wants you to pray for dementia. You know what I'm saying?
Right, or damaged hypothalamus. There was a guy who had a damaged hypothalamus, and so he would read the same newspaper over and over again because it was a new newspaper like every day.
I have a little bit of dementia. Like I can't remember any of my mistakes. Like I just.
Well, it's called attention deficit disorder, dude. And guess what? It only gets worse with age.
Trust me, I know.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yay! It's kind of like depression.
Yup, that too.
I love that shot.
Yeah, we gotta show this because this is kind of off the hizzy for sure.
The other money shot.
Yeah. So they send in like a SWAT team to get these kids, and they have unleashed the beasts.
Oh shit.
So yeah, homeboy here knows that something ain't right.
Oh, look at that cobra.
Do you see the killer robot with like the saw? That's basically the robot from Hardware.
The vampire bat.
Now you see, this is fucking CGI heavy, but there's no other way they could have fucking done.
It looks
this.
cool,
this
though,
is
man.
Fucking funny, man.
Totally approved, dude. And that fucking werewolf is just the shit, son.
Just looks cool, man.
Yeah, man.
The zombies are there to clean it all up.
Yeah. But yeah, like this is one of those scenes that you pause.
Yeah.
And you ogle.
Watch over and over and over again. Right?
Don't
Because
even think a
you're
shit was
somewhere else. And you'll keep discovering new shit too.
Yeah,
You'll keep
there's a lot of
discovering new
shit
shit.
Blood splaying out of the fucking thing like The Shining,
Yeah. Oh my god. In the song,
The zombies are like late to the party.
Yup.
Cleaning up.
I think they're right on time, dude. They're eating like a
Damage control.
motherfucker.
Right? No, you're right. Huh?
It's like a buffet.
Ooh. Somebody left their femur here.
Yeah, so they have to turn the monsters loose. Oh yeah, this is great too. You see the individual chambers opening. These people are kind of like the family from The Strangers.
Dude, that's fucking sweet. I'm telling you, like, this movie is so inspirational to like artists.
Yeah.
You know, like to fucking come up with like villains and shit like that.
Oh hell yeah, it's a big sandbox, man.
They've got all the great archetypes.
It could be a fun comic book too, you know. Like it's
Absolutely.
It'd be a great TV show too. I think it could make a good TV show.
There's so many cult movies that would make like great, like Nightbreed, like an actual Nightbreed series, dude. Like modern Nightbreed, dude. That'd be fucking crazy, dude. Like
the one
13 Ghosts.
Yeah, man.
The one that I still think would make like one of the best comics ever.
Nine
is
Devils.
The Losers. What'd you say?
The Losers?
The Losers. I'm not talking about the comic book that was then turned into a movie. It's a movie from like the
that sounds real familiar.
The early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, I want to say. Like 71, 72, right? That's when you had all those biker movies. And it's basically Hell's Angels in Vietnam. Riding around on bikes with fucking rocket launchers and machine guns and shit.
Dude, I've never seen that. I gotta check that out. Who's in it? Like, is it
William Smith? The man, William Smith, man.
Oh shit!
God,
I have to check that out.
That would make an amazing comic book.
Yeah.
Werewolves on Wheels. That's another one that would make.
I know, man.
Eric Powell put out a book called Nam Wolf.
Yeah,
that shit's fucking sick.
I always wanted to get it. Yeah.
Oh, the amazing Wolfman.
Nam Wolf. It's a werewolf in Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know, during the war.
Nam Wolf. Oh, I thought you said Man Wolf.
No, Nam Wolf.
Oh,
dude,
okay.
like that shit is sick. Like he puts out these one hitters. It's just like fucking, and then
I never
and then
seen
he
that
walks
one.
off and he does something even crazier. You know,
I never got that one. I always wanted it. I know he published it, but that was like a different. It was an artist team.
If you go to Albatross Comics, like Albatross
still,
Books, like he's got the whole. I think they're having a Black Friday sale or something like that.
Oh shit!
You know.
I am writing that shit down.
That was the one book I slept on. I never got.
I'll tell you what, Brian. If you're gonna write that down too, write down Hillbilly and get that from Eric Powell too. You know? Oh yeah, dude, fucking Hillbilly's the shit, son.
Eric Powell's pretty nice in real life too. I've met him a couple times.
That's
pretty
awesome.
Cool dude. Oh, I like that cobra, man.
Yeah, that cobra's the shit, son.
I like cobras, man. They're my favorite snakes.
I don't like any snakes at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like afraid of snakes. Like they don't freak me out.
I'm definitely afraid of snakes.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of people are. I think it's because there's something very alien.
Well, sometimes when I go take a whiz, I frighten myself.
I used to have a California king snake. Always take it out all the time and carry it around. Scares friends with it and shit, man. I've got a few different snakes. They're cool. Snakes are cool.
Well, the thing that one of the reasons a lot of people are scared of them is because they think they're slimy because they're all.
You know, it's the most ridiculous thing to be scared of ever because it has no arms, no legs. It's a head. That's it. But dude, I've always been scared. I don't know why, dude. I honestly, I think it's because when I was 5, I ran across a snake and it scared the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Or some stupid shit like that. Like
it's usually phobias, things like that. That's all that shit from childhood.
But then you see some shit from like Japan where some chick got eaten by a fucking python.
Yeah, like
yeah, and they had and they showing video on how it happened where he bit her on the leg, wrapped around her, fucking squeezed her and swallowed her whole. You know?
Yeah. Oh my god.
And the way they found out is that because snakes have to digest that shit. So they went looking for it and they're like, wow, that's a pretty big bulge in that snake.
Man.
And they cut it open. There she is. Yeah. And I'm like, that's got to be. And then they had that fucking psycho who dressed in that suit and tried to get a fucking python. No, it was it a python or was it a Anyway, he tried to get swallowed by a snake on the Discovery Channel. You remember that? Y'all don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, and I think he even slathered like shit all over him so that the snake would find him appetizing.
And did he have like a box cutter so then he could be like,
I don't know if he expected to be pooped out or what, dude, but he was in like this suit of armor so that he couldn't be squeezed to death, and I don't know, dude. It was the craziest thing. Anyway, I don't think the snake ever swallowed him because snakes aren't that stupid.
Right.
Like, they're like, this dude ain't tasty at all.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean,
I think of that
like,
little Ace
I know
Ventura
people-
coming out of the rhino's ass, you know?
I know,
GoPro on it for you.
I've never
Oh,
seen one, but we do have rattlesnakes in the state of New York.
Oh, man.
We
In the
have
Valley.
what's called pygmy rattlers, right?
Yeah.
And they have the same venom as rattlesnakes, except they're smaller. And when
Right.
they wiggle their tail, they make no sound whatsoever.
Oh, no warning. No warning.
Fucking sniper.
Because, I mean, that's
or,
the rattle's really good because it's like, don't
Yeah.
fuck with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Rattler.
That's what
Okay,
you
I don't
want
even
when you go
fuck
into
with
the
you.
wood
I don't
pile
even
to get
fuck with you.
wood. You don't want to hear nothing and just get bit. That's crazy.
yeah,
The
right?
one animal that no other animal will fuck with is a skunk. And what they'll
Oh,
do
yeah.
is they'll fake out too.
Oh,
They'll,
what's the
like,
matter? There's a
throw
cute.
their- they'll give you a warning. They'll stand up on their hind legs and like point their butts at you. And it's like,
How can you hate
"Ah,
Pepe
right
Le Pew?
here, guys." What was that?
How can you hate Pepe Le Pew? I'm just saying.
I love Pepe Le Pew. What are you talking about?
You said
I love Pepe Le
skunks.
Pew.
You said you
I
don't
love
like skunks.
Peppy was cool. He was a
Skunks
little
are adorable,
confused.
dude.
He was a
I
little
like
confused.
scorpions. I
He was
think
in love with-
scorpions are badass. Yeah.
He was a little confused. He was in love with the cat, but they was cool.
He's romantic. He's passionate.
But when the
Yeah.
cat decided she liked Pepe, Pepe was like, "Oh no,
No,
no."
no, no.
He likes to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
He's in control, you know?
I don't think you can air Pepe Le Pew anymore because it's
No
basically
way.
rape now, isn't it?
fucking
Yeah.
way. Right, because it would be, or grooming or some
Yeah.
That's
fucking
fucking
new
sick,
shit.
dude. Like Pepe Le Pew, dude. Or
Yeah.
fucking, what was it? It was Speedy Gonzalez, Slow-Mo
yeah.
Rodriguez.
Slowpoke Rodriguez. Slowpoke Rodriguez was the shit.
Dude, I used to love
He
those.
was
Like Pepe would be
actually-
running, and all of a sudden there's Slowpoke. You know, he's like,
Right, the cats are like ugly. You know, like, all right, well, you can just eat you, and he's just like, busts out the gat, boom.
you know, like the
not a
generation's a
hurry,
bunch of
he's a
pussies when they don't like Pepe Le Pew or Slowpoke
Yeah. Oh my
Rodriguez,
God.
or you know,
Yeah, right?
or they're
You're so
offended
lucky.
by Speedy Gonzalez. You know,
Yeah.
Dude, we are so lucky to have grown up with those characters.
I know, man. I
So
love those
lucky
fucking
to
Merry
grow up.
Melodies, bro. Those were my jam.
oh, absolutely, dude.
From
Bugs
Looney
Bunny.
Tunes. I'm about
Bugs
to get
Bunny
HBO
was the
Max.
original fucking Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, he was.
He
The
was,
original
dude.
slasher.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly believe the character Freddy Krueger was based off of Bugs Bunny. I
Yeah.
absolutely believe that.
Well, he even well, I mean, it kind of was saying like Freddy versus Jason, Robert England. He was saying that they're kind of like Looney Tunes and it was like Monty Python. You know, that's why it was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, dude.
He said Looney Tunes in an interview. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Looney
All right,
Tunes
so
was
Absolutely.
great. But
Let me interrupt because it is almost 11 o'clock.
yeah, you guys got to go do a show.
Has a stream,
Yeah.
and I believe someone we know
You guys,
Are y'all coming over to
going to be the
to
guest. I
stream?
am,
All
I will.
right, sweet.
for sure. Maybe grab something to eat real quick, but if I'm not there, at the very least I'll be in the chat watching.
Oh, you bastard.
Okay.
No, the last time I popped in, I thought I was actually kind of fucking shit up. Like I think Matt does better when it's just him.
No.
Well, one of the projects we're going to be talking about, you're involved with. Actually, a
Oh, okay.
lot of the projects you're involved with, like
All right.
Six
I'll
Foot
have to
Gorilla,
think
Nine
about it.
Devils,
You can be
like the Hell Knight, all kinds of shit, dude.
Yeah, man. All right, let's sign
you guys
off.
go ahead and check out. I'm going to go ahead and play some commercials.
All right, everybody. Until next week. Peace, love, and metal.
Check out this Mike Barrett stuff.
There is a creature in the swamps. It lives to destroy. The beast they call Godzilla.
After his latest get-rich scheme goes sideways, Gary Duba, the quintessential Florida man, ends up with a stash of somebody's high-end memorabilia. His gal Crystal is on probation and preparing for the fight of her life, squaring off against Australia's Queen of Combat. Delilah's got her back in training, staying off rich foods and the nose candy. Meanwhile, Gary and his best friend Floyd have been hired to wrangle a massive, abnormally aggressive feral hog that's terrorizing the swamp and wrecking Gary's old neighborhood. Can they bag the elusive monster swine without destroying the Sunshine State? Reserve your copy of Florida Man vs. Hogzilla at FloridaManComics.com. We're bringing back funny books, y'all.
Y'all go over to Metal Movies and Brewskis and check out That show starting in about 2 minutes. Later.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. And the soldier who cannot stop talking, a magician with money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right meow.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.